at this point, the choice is very clear. So for you Democratic shills out there that's still trying to defend this administration, it's over. It's over. You've already had an example what it feels like when you are American first, despite if you don't like him. He always put American first. Now you have an example when you're American last. And they only give you $750.
Shameful.
If there is a natural disaster that happened, because they have depleted the FEMA fund of $1.4 billion that was given out to illegal migrants for shelter and food and resources, just like we keep saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would kindly ask you, before we get a little deep off into this video and my commentary, to go ahead and smash that like button. It helps the channel and it helps get our content out to more people. Thank you. Let's continue.
But then they want to jump on the news and mainstream media and tell you that Republicans are lying. They're the ones not passing the bills. They're the one that's holding up funding. No, Department of Homeland Security, the director, all of these people that's in government and in power, they are the ones that work for Biden and Harris. That's who's running this show right now. The natural disaster that happened in these states here, and they do not have no money. How can you get on TV?
Well, we do have the money. I will say that. It's just that we take the money and, well, I won't say we, the Biden-Harris administration takes the money and they spend it on everything else outside of the American people. We have spent $175 billion in Ukraine, giving them aid and weapons for this war. We've spent billions in Taiwan, giving them money for a proxy war against China. We've given Israel and Netanyahu billions of dollars for this war campaign that he's carrying out in the Middle East. And then we've spent $150 billion. And that's not a full year of 2024, but that's a part of 2024. We've spent $150 billion of taxpayers' money on illegal immigrants. So they take $1 billion out of a program that was set up to aid the American people in times of disaster. $1 billion. And they gave that $1 billion to illegal immigrants who have broken the law, who have literally been incentivized for coming into our country and breaking the law, while the American people are being crushed under inflation. The economy is poor. We see foreclosures going up. We see repossessions going up. We see record credit card debt. The American people are really struggling. And this administration, Kamala Harris, and I'm going to say her because the president, this so-called president, this failure of a president is so demented, we don't even really know who's running the country. But they give the American people who have suffered through a devastating disaster from the Hurricane Helene down in North Carolina and Georgia. They've suffered tremendously. Whole cities and towns have been wiped out by this hurricane. And you can offer them $750? How do they get their lives back on track with $750? I mean, somebody made a great point. They was like, you can't take $750 and fill your basket up these days in a grocery store if you got a big family. So it's almost, I mean, are they that dumb, or they just don't give a damn about insulting the American people? So we have people hot all over the country because they have neglected the American people and continue to do so. Because to offer these people $750 when they've lost everything in 2 different states, it's an insult. And it continues to show, continues to demonstrate this administration's lack of integrity and clear-cut ineptitude.
And tell the American citizens, taxpayer citizens, that you don't have no money to give them. because you spent it all for illegal migrants. Y'all take a look at this video from Fox News.
Alejandro Mayorkas sounding the alarm on FEMA funding right after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Listen.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants.
I have to calm down because...
So, you know what? Before we go any further, I get so irritated with liberals because they want to figure out, instead of saying, well, this is jacked up, this is a messed up situation, and these people are being neglected by the United States government, they want to figure out how to point the finger at Republicans. Instead of saying that this administration, with their executive orders, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, opened up the border. In his first year, he used 297 executive orders, 89 of which undid the executive orders of President Donald Trump, which were working. And then after that, we had this major spike in illegal immigration. So now these people have come into this country and they need aid. Because you can't bring all these millions of people into a country without giving them aid, because what would they do? They're going to start running up in people's houses, which some of them are already doing. You're going to see crime shoot through the roof, which you do see spikes in crimes in areas that they're in. So you have to give them aid. And so they said, to hell with it. We're going to take aid from this program, and then we're going to give it to them. And what bugs me about the liberals is that you could present these facts to them and they don't even care. They still want to fight. Well, the Republicans didn't do this. Well, the Republicans didn't let 15 to 20 million illegal immigrants in that we got to feed, clothe, and house. Joe Biden clearly done that. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. The Biden-Harris administration is responsible for that. It's just that simple. But you present these facts to them, and that's all they do is they go turn on their liberal news media, mostly MSNBC. And we just found out today, one of the producers said that the viewers of MSNBC are brainwashed, and that you can't differentiate MSNBC from the Democratic Party. They're in lockstep with each other, but they get their talking points from MSNBC, and then they go out into the world and start recycling them. Everybody's using the same talking points, and it's just deflecting from the real issue, which the root of the issue is that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris allowed 15 to 20 million people to break the law, come into this country, and then they incentivize them by taking your tax dollars, feeding, clothing, and housing them.
I'm really extremely pissed.
Me too.
I mean, I can only imagine. Like I said, I live in a hurricane area. I've seen our bridges and our roads filled with water, bayous, everything. It's just that we're in a flat area. But to look to see the devastation, I've never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, entire roads washed away. Same thing with Hurricane Katrina. And then you had Maui, with
major
Hawaii,
devastation,
and what happened there. And in all of these situations, the government does not step up. And now it's at a point where they are telling the American people that they have depleted our funds. It's not like they didn't have the money. They just chose to use it a different way instead of what it was intended to be used for, which is for natural disasters for our country. You know, I said that I was going to write Senator Ted Cruz about this.
She's
He's
frustrated.
our senator up there. And I'm going to write him. Because they need to dig somewhere. And some other types of departments. Go back over there and get the check from
Get the check
Zelensky. You're going to have to go and get that check from Netanyahu. You're going to have to go back over there and get that damn check from Taiwan. Because America ain't got it. If you can't take care of your own American citizens now, then we ain't got it for nobody else. So yes, these people these illegal immigrants that's coming here, we ain't got it.
Okay, family, we can see that she's pissed. America's pissed. I'm pissed as well. And we all have a right to. When we see how much money is going out to non-American causes, people, you should be. And I love the fact that the American people all over social media, all in the world, are taking a stand. I don't understand how, after witnessing this unmitigated neglect of the American people, that anyone could vote for Kamala Harris, which would literally be voting for more of the same. Because do you think that she's going to stop these wars, stop funding these wars, and say, well, let's focus inward? Do you think that she's going to deport these illegal immigrants that are committing crimes in America, that are sucking up all the resources, that are causing massive budget deficits in major cities that are sanctuary cities in America? No, she's not. She's already said that Donald Trump and the Republicans want to do a mass deportation. They broke the law. What about the people who came into this country legally? And I don't want to keep going on for a long time. They had to go through years and years, and they had to pay for lawyers and other different fees to get different paperwork done. What about those people who actually did the work and became legal citizens, naturalized in this country? It's not fair to them. It's not fair to them. And then what about these poor people that are suffering tremendously from a natural disaster? What about the people in Hawaii when everything was ablaze? We see that this president, this administration, puts the American people at the very bottom of the list when it comes to the people that need to be cared for, that need to be supported. It amazes me that in 2024, and I'm saying this country, the people in this country must be dumbed down. How this administration could have done such a poor fucking job in every facet, in every way. They have failed. And we have Kamala Harris running neck and neck with former President Donald Trump, a man who, in my humble opinion, put this country first. His plan was called America First. And the things that he put in place and the way he moved, it was about making America first. But look at this. This is the total opposite. This is contrary to America First. This is what you call America Last. $175 billion to Ukraine. I'm talking about every week, every 2 weeks, a few times a month, they're sending money over to Israel, Ukraine, to Taiwan to fight these proxy wars that are spreading, that are driving us closer than we've ever been to World War III, which they're going to be sending your sons, our sons, to go fight these wars, not their own. So make up your mind. Wake up. Look at what's going on. Look at the direction This administration has taken this country to hell. And I mean fast. It shouldn't be any type, you shouldn't even have to sit down and really think hard about why we shouldn't give somebody that's been a part of this administration and these failures 4 more years. It's sad. But if y'all enjoyed the video and you want to support this page, the easiest way to support this page is by liking, commenting, sharing with people that you know, and subscribing. And if you're not a part of our family, the Young Black and Wealthy family, go up, find that subscribe button, tap on it, and join our family. Go down into the description and follow us on all social media platforms. And you can also make a donation. You can also buy a t-shirt. All of that helps support our channel. I want to thank you so very much. Don't forget to give the family a hug for me. Y'all have a great one. See y'all in the next video.